for a canter departure, like if I wanted to take a right lead and my horse is lined up like this with the hip toward the fence, he's gonna take the wrong lead. If I've got him lined up like this and I'm pulling his head in, his body's going out this way. Back up so you can see. And that will cause them to take the right lead in the front and the left lead behind. But if I position that horse to where they're straight, looking in the direction of travel, and the hip slightly to the inside, I'm sitting on the outside. That canter departure ought to be smooth, soft. Easy for a horse to do. I'm going to position him the wrong way this time with the hip to the wall. And if I ask for a canter in this position, more than likely he's going to take the wrong lead. See what we get. So now he's on a counter canter. This is something I like to teach my horses to do, because when I hold them in the wrong lead, counter canter, and have them go around, and I want them to stay there. See, when he felt my leg come off, he was ready to change back, and I'm just holding him in the wrong lead, going along there. I'm going to take my right leg off, put it on, take it off, so he's staying in the wrong lead because I want him to. This time when I come around the corner, I'm going to ask for a lead change. Take this leg off. He stepped right into that nice easy lead change. I'm sitting on the outside, riding him around. I want him to bridle up here just a little bit more and keep going forward. I'm using my inside leg as a supporting leg to help keep his shoulder up, help keep his hip to the inside. I'm going to ask for it a little more forward here and have him to stop. Let him just sit here and relax. I like to use the stop as a reward to keep my horses liking to stop. They don't have to stop hard and slide every time, but I like for them to want to stop. And then I used to think that I always needed to back up and change direction every time I stopped. But I find that if I'll just, a lot of times, just walk on the same direction, and that, you know, just mix up what I want them to do. In other words, I ask for a canter here. I want him to skip the trot and come down to a walk. He trotted a few strides. I want him to reach and walk, have more effort in that walk. And I want him to slow down and walk just as slow as he possibly can walk. From this slow walk, I'm going to go right into a trot. Bridle him up and keep him going slow in this trot. Slow in the trot. And now I'm going to lean up and ask this horse to extend that trot. Here, I like to dare him to canter. Roll on. He can do better. There's more in there. There's more in there. Get on that. Now I'm going to sit down, and I don't want him to stop. I want him to keep trotting. He stopped. I like the fact that he came back to me, but I want him to think about staying in the gait that I want him to be in. I like to use my hand bridle reins in an upward fashion like this, and that helps get a horse tucking their nose and thinking about coming down. So I'm going to ask him to go forward here now. Change direction at this extended trot. He wasn't expecting that. I don't want him to have a clue about where I'm going. I want the horse listening to me all the time. Stay in this extended trot here. And now let's see if we can get him to come back down. That was better. He can do better. I'm going to come up in that trot. Get him to wonder where we're going. Guide real easy. I'm pushing him for a little bit more in that extended trot. I believe he can do more without canter. I believe he can. That's what I like right there. He's got his ears forward. He's looking out. I don't want him, when you see his ears come back, it's because he's listening to me. I want him looking out through that bridle. But I've got to do enough to encourage that so that he can pick those ears up. Now I'm going to slow down, let him come back, help him with my hand here a little bit. He can do much better than that, but I'm going to stay in this slow trot now, bridle him up, let him be more comfortable in the bridle position. I'm going to make this turn here. I'm going to come to a walk. Now he's not thinking about cantering right now. So I'm going to position him for a canter departure. I'm going to put the hip slightly to the inside, cluck to him. And he struck off in it pretty nicely there. My inside leg is an important part when I'm teaching a horse to develop that canter departure, because I'll stop here and show you. If I'm only using outside leg, it'll shove that shoulder in, and sometimes I might need that inside leg just like that to shape him up, to make it easier for him to find that. And sometimes if they don't go when I cluck, I'll bump them with that inside leg just a little bit, which helps to pick that inside front foot up and helps to get it positioned, their body positioned, so that they can strike off on that canter easily, willingly, listening to you. Go in the middle and stop. Whoa. Sometimes I'll use stopping in the middle like this as an opportunity to set a situation up for a lead change. I'll ask him to side pass to the left. And I'll take this leg off, put that left leg on, and have him strike off on the opposite lead. Come in here. Whoa. This time I'll side pass to the left, or to the right, sorry. Take my left leg off, put my right leg on. I'm gonna ride past the center line this time. I'm gonna ask for a lead change out here on the rail. Now I'm on the wrong lead. Canter around here. It's a lot of work for the horse and the rider. Change leads. And get them to where they don't know where you're going to stop. They don't know where you're going to turn. They don't know where you're going to go. They don't know what gait that you're going to be in. So that they're listening to you for everything that you asked them to do. Let him walk. So hopefully those will give you some tips on how to deal with anticipation in a horse, and how to position their body for lead departures, and how to help them to be with you and listening to you at every step they take.